All right. All right. Today's story, welcome everybody to Story Time with Radhika. Right. So today's story, before I start the story, let me ask you this question. How many people here have been bothered about the fact that, oh my God, what will others think of me? Have you ever thought about that? Yeah. Maybe the adults here in the room are like smiling. So I take it. Yeah, you've thought about it. So somebody told me the story, and then we'll discuss what we learned from the story and all that. So long, long time ago, in a far, far away place, there was this monk and he had a disciple. There were two guys. Yeah. So this monk and their disciple, they were very strict Buddhist monks. They have rules, they have to live by certain rules. One of those rules was that they should not associate themselves with women. Right? These were men and they were not supposed to associate with women. What do we mean by associate with women? Like no talking to them, no dealing with women at all, right? So they were very strict about it. They were following all their rules. One day the master and the disciple, they went out and they had some lectures they had to give in the neighboring village. So they were walking and they came to a place, they had to cross this river. Now, when they came to cross the river, it was almost sunset already, and the boatman was not there. So they had to actually swim across and get to the other side. There was a lady, that too, a pregnant lady with like baskets of fruit or something that she had to take. She was struggling. She tried to go in, but she couldn't swim and all that. So she needed help. So she approaches these monks and she says, "Please help me, monks. I need to get to the other side. My family is waiting for me. Sun is almost setting. If I'm stuck here, I'll be stuck all night. So please help me." So immediately the younger monk is like, "What? A lady is talking to us. What should we do?" He's thinking about all this. While he's thinking, the master monk, what does he do? He says, "No problem, lady. Here, disciple, carry her fruit basket and you swim with that. Hop on my back. Let me just take you to the other side." So the monk takes her to the other side and drops her off, and she goes about her way. She goes her way, and he
Hello? Radhika, I think you froze.
oh my goodness. Okay, my internet is unstable. It says. Okay, let's rewind and restart. Until where did you guys hear?
That she went her own way.
Oh, you heard until there. Okay, great. So she went her own way, and then the older monk and the disciple also started going their own way. But now the younger monk was so confused. He was like, "What is my master doing? He broke the rules. He's not supposed to talk to women. Not only did he talk, but he carried her on the back and put her on the other side. What is going on? Isn't that breaking the rules?" So he cannot hold this question inside himself anymore. And he says, "Master, I have to ask you this." And he asks the master the question. He says, "How could you do this? How could you do this, master? How could you carry her?" So the master looks at the disciple very kindly with a lot of compassion and he says, "I carried her and dropped her off on the bank," which was, of course, the right thing to do. You don't leave a person behind like that. Will you leave a person behind like that? No. I was supposed to help her. I helped her. I dropped her off. But looks like you are still carrying her on your back. Yeah. Opinions typically, when you're bothered about somebody, some interaction when you have with someone, and that's really occupying your top shelf for a long time, and you're thinking about it, you're not able to work, you're not able to focus on the task on hand, you're thinking about it. Do you think the other person is also thinking about it so much, or have they moved on? They've probably moved on, isn't it? Yeah. So I find the story really helpful for me. Anytime I'm stuck, like my head is stuck in a reel, I like to remind myself of the story. Would you guys like to share what you thought about it, your learnings from the story? Yeah, go ahead, Sri Rama.
So what I learned from this story is that even though when you see something and you think that's not the right thing, just don't be bothered. Just focus on what you're doing.
To be focused on what you're doing. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Any other comments? Yes, Nitya?
When in doubt, do the truly right thing to do.
Truly right thing. Yes. When in doubt, do the truly right thing. And you pretty much know what the right thing is, isn't it? Your gut always tells you what the right thing is. If you listen, you'll anytime. So there is one thing that Gurudev tells us all the time about, you know, choosing. When you have a choice, but when you can choose, he says, whatever gives you long-term pleasure versus short-term. It's like when you have the choice between doing my homework now versus watching the TV episode for you kids, or playing games or something like that. Playing games or chatting with friends or watching a movie is way more attractive than doing homework, isn't it? Most times we tend to pick the one that is very attractive, but what is going to help us in the long run, right? So any of the adults in the room, any comments, or even the other kids in the room? Yeah, you're all deep in thought. Nice. All right.
Don't worry about other people's opinion. You have
Absolutely.
to do what you feel and what you makes you happy.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lakshmiji.
And
Yes.
what I feel is like, take what you want and ignore the rest, whatever others say.
Absolutely. When you trust somebody, when you know this person means well for you, and you have that rapport of trust, then you take, if they are criticizing you or telling you some opinion, it means you can improve with that, right? So yeah, you can take those opinions. But when, when it's just bothering you too much, then it's a good idea
Ignore
to,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Good discussion. So throughout this week, let's do one story a day. What do you guys say? It's holiday time, no? So let's do that. All right, chalo. Good night, sleep tight, sweet dreams, and grow tall, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, you want to say something, Nitya? Go ahead. Navya, go ahead.
Today's my birthday.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Right, let me. Remember what we did last year? We like crowned you and all that, and we did a whole this thing. It's already a year for since then, Navya. Oh,
Janumadinamidam ai priya sake. Janumadinamidam ai priya sake. Continue. All of you go to Balavihar, right?
चन्द्रलोकते सर्वदामुदं
Mudam
प्रार्थयामहे
Mahe
भवसतायुषी ईश्वर सदा त्वां
Tvam
रक्ष
Rakshu
पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमार्जय
Punya
पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमार्जय जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम् जन्मदिनमिदम्. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Navya, what, you're 9 years old now?
I'm 12.
What?
Oh,
What?
double digit.
Happy tween. You're going to be a teen next year. That's neat. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to stop recording, and then you are all welcome to tell me